Hey, what's good, everybody? It's me, your hero, Benjamin Banks, and you're watching Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks, and it is another brand new episode of Who's That Cosplayer? And joining me today is somebody that is really awesome. Y'all can see that she has a really awesome smile, and that is cosplayer Chaos Pixie. Chaos, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Hey, I am doing fantastic. You see, I got the hat on right now because this week is the week that the Great Turkey War is finally approaching us. Like, this is the week. Are you ready for the Great Turkey War?
I'm so ready. I'm ecstatic.
Hey, that's what I love to hear. I got my hat on, but when the Turkey War approaches and it finally gets here, your boy is gonna be Jotaro Kujo, or like that, like I like to call myself, Benjamin Joe Bank. But yeah, thank you so much for joining me up here. And I just want to say off the bat, I love your Trish cosplay. And one of the cool things about Who's That Cosplayer, everybody that's watching, is I never know what cosplay the guest is going to have, right? And for tonight, I was just like, you know what? I'm going to put on the pink lights. And then here you go, Chaos. You're cosplaying as Trish. Trish's colors is pink and whatnot. So you never know what's going to happen up here. So before we get into today's interview, everybody that's watching, make sure that you like this video, you subscribe to the channel, and you hit that bell button so that way you're always notified when we have new content here on Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. And D always says that the podcast link is down below in the description. Like, follow, subscribe. So let's go ahead and get into today's interview. So Chaos, the first question that I always ask each and every guest up here is, what is your origin story? Every hero or villain has one, so tell everybody who you are.
So I'm Chaos Pixie. I go by Pixie. I guess my origin story would start with I was a competitive dancer and theatrical. I was in the competitive theater circuit since I was a kid. So I've always done performance. I've only been cosplaying for about a year now, but Trish was the cosplay that really started it all. So I went to MetroCon or MegaCon last year, and that was it. It set it off, and I've been going to at least a con a month ever since then.
Nice. That's awesome. I mean, for somebody that just got into cosplaying and then going to cons, you have some pretty amazing cosplays that, I've seen on your page and whatnot. And everybody that's watching, y'all can see the photos and the slideshow behind me that just magically appears on my TV every time we interview somebody. But yeah, that's awesome. Trish was your first cosplay. And, I got to ask, what was it like going to your first con?
First of all, thank you so much for the compliment. It means a lot because I worked really hard. It was amazing. It was probably one of the best experiences I ever had. I got to go with my best friend in the whole world, who actually was the reason that I started cosplaying for real in general. It was just so many people and so much energy and so much going on. And I was in heaven. I loved it. Every moment of it. All 4 days was just smiles. I was up at 5 a.m. We went until 1 in the morning, and I was up the next day. I was getting ready. I was come on, guys, we got to get there when we open. It was absolutely wonderful.
That's awesome. Hey, man. And, that's one of the things I love about cons, especially when it's your first one, because you never know what's going to happen. I remember my first con, I was there having a good time. I was dancing. I do this dance called the Money Shuffle because I'm a professional wrestler. And I was going around in the con and asking people to do the Money Shuffle with me. And I had got a bunch of stormtroopers and Darth Vader and Pikachu. So it's just going to your first con, it is always an awesome experience because it's just now it's I want to do this more and I want to cosplay more and do some more costumes and stuff like that. So, I got to ask you, what have been some of your favorite cosplays that you've done so far?
Ooh, that's hard. I think Trish is definitely one of my all-time favorites. She's very near and dear to my heart. I put a lot of work into it. There's a lot of thought that goes into it. But I recently have started doing Persephone from Lore Olympus, and that is a favorite. I'll take the body paint. I'll take the 6 hours getting ready, whatever. I love it. And I also have started doing some of my hero cosplays, which have been really fun. The fan base is really fun. People get really excited when they see you in those outfits. So those have been fun. But honestly, I think my real favorites are soon to come. I have a couple of bigger projects in the works that I think are going to end up being top-notch favorites. So
nice. Now, can you reveal to the viewers what those big projects are, or do you want to keep it under wraps?
I could let one or two go, but the other ones those are secret. I'm currently working on a totally handmade, custom-made midnight from My Hero.
Nice. That's awesome.
I'm really excited for that one. And I'll be doing an Arcana cosplay soon. And you don't see a lot of people doing that. So that one is, I feel like, going to be pretty big. But those are, my other ones are under wraps.
Okay. All right. I like that. And, now I want to kind of go back because I love your cosplay name, Chaos Pixie. And, seeing the Pixie costumes that you have on your page and, of course, Tinkerbell, like, I want to know, like, what was the thought that made you want to go by Chaos Pixie? Sorry.
So my name, my actual name is Pixie. That is
awesome.
So I of course kept that because it's really unique, and I was like, it's cool. I like it. It's me. And then my entire life, I've always been called like chaotic or wild or like, because I'm a big personality. And one day, one of my friends, I was sitting in a game shop playing Magic the Gathering. And I was playing, and one of my friends looks across me from the table and he goes, dude, I figured out your D&D class. And I was like, okay, what is it? And he goes, it's not real. I just made it up, but this is you. And I was like, okay, like the anticipation, what is it? And he's like, you're a Chaos Pixie. He's like, you bring, he's like, that's your energy. That's your magic. You're just, everywhere you go, it's a chaotic time, whether good, bad, whatever. And I was like, that's it. That's me.
I love
and
that.
It's just stuck.
As somebody that is somewhat of a D&D player himself, I recently just got into it this year, and I've been enjoying it. I tend to say that I'm the leader of the group because everybody is always making dumb decisions, and I'm trying to come up with a name for our group. Now, let me ask you this: as a D&D player, I named our group the Warrior Allies of Peace because the abbreviation is WAP.
It's WAP, yeah.
But everybody's just like, no, we're not doing that. I was just, because they're like, none of us are trying to do anything for peace. So I was just like, because I just want us to be called WAP. But yeah, what do you think about that name?
I like it, but what if you just did, what if instead of peace, what if we were like, what's another P word that's, I'm trying to think.
Warrior Allies of
persuasion? Maybe we're getting what we want, we're persuading.
I like that. I like I'm gonna run that past them. They're probably gonna be like, no.
No.
Yeah, but so I gotta ask you now because when I was doing my research on you, I saw that you were in theater. Are you still currently doing that?
So I did leave the competitive theater circuit in 2020 when Broadway shut. I was actually living in New York and working off Broadway. And I was attending school for theater. When
Nice.
Broadway shut down, I left. So in the last couple of years, I have not been in any shows, but I am looking to get back into it. So hopefully soon.
That's awesome. Yeah. I went to New York this year back in April to go see Beetlejuice on Broadway.
Man.
I had never been to New York by myself, and I always wanted to go see a Broadway musical, and it wasn't, and I learned the terms because it wasn't on Broadway, it was off Broadway. I learned the terms and stuff. So I thought it was awesome. So like, I'm hoping to, see you back out there because from the photos that I saw on your page, like you look amazing. You look like you were having a good time. And as somebody that loves musicals, it's always a good time when you go and, you can experience it. So usually on the podcast, Trav is our theater guy, and he always asks all the, musical and theater questions. But I'm by myself, and this is Who's That Cosplayer. So I want to ask you, like, what are some of your favorite musicals?
Who's That Cosplayer?
Oh, that's really, really, really hard. I think my all-time favorite musical, like if I had to pick like one that I could watch again and again and again, it's probably Sweeney Todd.
Okay.
I think that's one. But in the current years, I think about 3 or 4 years now, one of my top musicals that I just am obsessed with. I listen to it all the time. I talk about it all the time. I'm actually going to go see it in December. It would be Hadestown. That one's a big one for me.
I've heard about that one. I've been recommended that as well.
Phenomenal. It's so good. It's so good. But the classics. I love Hairspray. I love The Little Mermaid. I love Phantom, Into the Woods. I saw Dear Evan Hansen on Broadway. I saw Beetlejuice. I saw Frozen, amazing musical, by the way. I saw Waitress. I saw Chicago. So I'm really a big fan of all, like, just theater in general. The only musicals that I don't love are the Donna Summers musical. Didn't love that one.
Hey, they're gonna come for you in the comments, and I can't do anything. I can't do it. Well, I mean, with you being the number 5 hero, Murko, I mean, I'm pretty sure that you can take everybody out. But yeah, that was a nice list. Like, Hadestown is something that I've been recommended. And when I was in New York, like, I saw advertisements for all that stuff. Like, I had saw one for Hairspray, and I was like, yo, I would really love to see Hairspray because that's one of my favorite musicals of all time. So if you have never been to Broadway or if you've never seen a musical, check it out because it's definitely like one fun experience. So, now I got to ask you because, Trish was your first cosplay that you did. And, your boy is a huge JoJo's Bizarre Adventure fan. And I got to ask you, which JoJo part is your favorite?
I think my favorite JoJo part is part 5.
Okay.
You can't see it behind me, but I do have.
I see it on the wall. As soon as I see it.
I'm a big fan of part 5. Part 4 is like, this is part 5, this is part 4, like barely, and then part 6 is like right under it.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, I love part 5. It's crazy because when I first watched part 5, I watched it sub, and I enjoyed it. But like now I'm rewatching it dubbed after we had interviewed Sean Chiplock, who voices Mista on part 5. And you can check out that interview. It is up here on YouTube, or you can listen to it on our podcast. But like, I love the sub version, but I'm loving the dub a lot more. I don't know what it is, but like the dub for JoJo is really good. I have no complaints about it, but the sub is good too. So I mean, I just love JoJo's Bizarre.
Exactly. I watched all of JoJo's in subs first, and then I went back and watched it in dubbed. But I adore JoJo's in dubbed. I just think you can hear a lot of the quirks of everyone's voices. Like, I think Mista is really funny. I think his voice, his like vocal quirks are funny. I love Narancha. I love his VA. I think he's really funny. I love, oh God, I can't remember her name, but the woman who voices Jolene. I love her.
Kira Buckland.
Yeah, I love her, and I love a lot of things that she's done. So getting to hear her is always fun.
Hey, and speaking of Kira Buckland, we interviewed her too. You can check out her video. It is up here on YouTube, or you can listen to it on the podcast. And your boy is always plugging because, when it comes to JoJo, I know Trav and D, they're not huge JoJo's Bizarre Adventure fans, but I'm always going to try to get JoJo's Bizarre Adventure cosplayers too, but voice actors as well, because I love JoJo. So now I got to ask you, which JoJo is your favorite?
Oh my God. Oh, I hate this question. I think, oh my God, I know the answer, and I'm just so shy to admit it. It's Giorno. Giorno is my favorite JoJo. Hands down, I adore him. I love him so much. Josuke is definitely my second, but Giorno I love him.
Yeah, Josuke, I mean, that's my favorite. I mean, you see he's right there behind me, and then he's up there on the shelf too. But I love Josuke. I just love what he's about. But I do love Giorno as well, even though, we did a video, like, who could lift Thor's hammer, and Jonathan was the person that could lift it because, you know what I'm saying? But somebody was just like, well, Giorno could do it too. I was just like, no, because Giorno, like, he stole from Koichi, and, he was stealing from other people and whatnot. So, I mean, while, Giorno, he is a good person, it's like, I wouldn't consider him worthy of lifting up Thor's hammer. Would you?
I'm gonna have to say yes. Do it. Okay, so I think, here we go. Wait, let me, beginning of season, Giorno definitely could not, but by the end of the season, I think he would be able to. I think he redeemed himself. I love him. I think he could do anything.
Okay, all right, I'll give you that. So now, final JoJo question. Which villain from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is your favorite?
Ooh, that is hard. Ooh, that's really, really hard. Oh my God. I'll just show you. My phone case has Doppio in it. I love Doppio. So I'm gonna have to go with Doppio or Risotto because I think Metallica is a really cool stand.
Nice. And I love that Risotto is going to be in the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure All-Star Battle. He's coming in as DLC. So I just love that they're adding like more characters from the series, because I feel like, I mean, even though it has a huge roster, there's just certain people missing. Like there's people from part 6 missing. There's a lot of people from part 5, and it's full with part 3 villains. But then same thing for part 4. I'm just like, I want to fight some more villains, or not villains, but bad guys. Because not everybody is a villain. Sometimes you just have your monster of the week. So
yeah.
But now, because we're getting close to the end of the interview, and I gotta ask you, what are some of your hobbies that you like to do when you're not cosplaying?
Oh, honestly, cosplay really that's really my hobby. That's what I do. But I am a hairstylist, so I do love to do hair. That is what when I'm not here, I'm doing hair. I'm a reader. I like to read a lot. And I play a lot of games. I play the Arcana, I play Hades, I play Animal Crossing, Stardew Valley, Valorant. I've got a really nice PC setup, so I do game a lot. But cosplay is mostly my free time. That's what I do.
Okay. I mean, and all of that stuff is really cool that what you do. I know we were talking about D&D earlier. Is that something that you still do as well?
I don't really do too much D&D anymore because I don't really have a group. And I don't play much Magic the Gathering anymore because I don't really have like a place to play. But I mean, I might get back into it. We'll see if I can find a group.
I mean, honestly, like that's what it's all about. Like, to be honest with you, I would love to do a D&D version of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Like,
oh my god, that'd be so cool.
You get your stand, you create your backstory and whatnot, and like that would be cool. I'm pretty sure some people have done it before. But
oh yeah,
that would be so awesome. So, now I gotta ask you, because like I said, the Great Turkey War is this week. I gotta know, what is one of your favorite dishes that you love to have on Thanksgiving?
Oh, I don't. I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this. I'm the person who orders Chinese food on Thanksgiving.
Hey.
But I guess I would say cornbread. I really like cornbread, so I'm gonna go with that one.
Hey, and there's nothing wrong with that, especially depending on how the cornbread is made. There's some people that like cornbread with corn in it. There's some people that love cornbread with sugar in it. It depends on how it's made. Like same thing, I like the squares, but then some people like the cornbread that's shaped like muffins and whatnot. But it's funny that you said that, because my interview with Astra Void Cosplay, which you guys can check out, it is here on the channel. She had said that she's not really somebody that celebrates Thanksgiving like that either. She says it's big with her family, but yeah, she could, like, she just eat a taco from Taco Bell on Thanksgiving and call it a day.
Yeah, I don't really do the whole like warm comfort food. I don't know, it's just not my thing.
I feel you on that. Well, I mean, hey, I thought that was a good answer because your boy loves cornbread. So, Chaos, we're here at the end of the interview, and I just want to say that you were an awesome guest. Thank you so much for joining me up here.
Thank you. I appreciate it. It was a good time.
You're welcome. So, before I let you go, let everybody in social media land know where they can find you at.
You can find me on Instagram mostly at _ Chaos Pixie _ I also have a TikTok by the same name. And that's my most platforms right now.
Okay, awesome. Hey, and y'all know where y'all can find me at Hero Benjamin Banks at King Benji _ Banks on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. You can find me on Facebook at Benjamin Banks. I should be the first person to pop up. If not, then I need to contact Mr. Zuckerberg. Thank you, everybody, for watching this interview. Make sure you check out some more interviews that we have here on the channel, along with reviews, reaction videos. Check out the podcast where we have brand new episodes every Tuesday. The link is down below in the description. And then we have videos of those episodes up here on YouTube on Friday. With that being said, keep that pinky up. The Great Turkey War is this Thursday. Stay safe. We'll see you next time on Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. Peace.
Thanks again, everybody, for watching another episode of Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe to the channel. Podcast, we got that too. Make sure you give us a thumbs up and hit that bell for further episodes and notifications. Thanks a lot to our patrons. And if you don't mind, join the Patreon. We'll be having new specials coming up soon.